So this last full month, we were discussing about the plant reproduction and then a lot about the plant. And then finally, we came to the animal reproduction part. And in that, we have discussed about the male reproductive organ and the female reproductive organ. And finally, we are coming to the end of this session. This is related to the fertilization part, parturition part, and the sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, then directly we will go into the session. Yeah. Today we will do it little bit quickly in the sense, most of the students now for 1 month, they got the permission from the other classes. So today they had not got the permission from the other classes to come here from their normal classes. Almost around 200 have come, a few more to come. So anyways, I will give the recording for the ones who are not able to come due to the other classes, and the ones who have missed some of the seminar sessions in the middle. Okay, later on send me the date, exact date which you missed the class. I can speak to the institute and arrange a method to send you the recording, because you have paid for this session. I will try my maximum. I have already given you, okay, it's not sure, I have already given you live classes, retelecast. Even after that, some students missed the session. Okay, as a help, maximum I will try to speak with the institute and try to do something. Okay, later on send me the dates which you have missed the classes. Okay, then we'll move to our first topic today. It is related to the menstrual cycle. We know that the menstrual cycle is a cycle which is only related to the females. Okay, it is a cyclic process associated with the reproductive system of sexually matured females. This is known as the menstrual cycle. Now, why do we call sexually matured? The female has to reach the puberty. Last week we have studied the secondary sexual characteristics. When they reach the puberty only, this menstrual cycle starts. Okay, if the menstrual cycle starts only, everyone will know, or that girl will know that she had become pubert, or means that means she had reached the puberty age. So what is happening in this menstrual cycle? Okay, we'll see that later. Now we'll talk about general things about the menstrual cycle. Completion of one menstrual cycle takes approximately 28 days. So that means every month they have this menstrual cycle. Okay, 28 days. Within every 28 days, this menstrual cycle occurs on and off. That means one on the right side, then on the left side, right side, left side, right side, left side. Continuously, this menstrual cycle takes place. Menstrual cycle is not only one topic. It has two topics. We will discuss that later. Menstrual cycle starts from puberty and continues until menopause. It starts from puberty. Okay, another name for puberty is menarche, and continues until menopause. Menopause is the point where the menstrual cycle stops. Maybe 50, 60 age, a lady's menstrual cycle will stop. From there onwards, she won't be able to bear children. Okay, how much ever sexual intercourse happens or fertilization happens, she won't be able to bear the child. Okay, after that age. So that is normally from 50 onwards, and 55 it will completely stop. Okay, menstrual cycle stops after reaching menopause at the age of 50 to 55. For some ladies, it is on 50, some ladies 51, 52, 53, 55, 56, 57. Okay, so there is no specific age according to the culture, according to the place where they are staying, according to their body shape, body structure, the food which they eat. Sometimes quickly it will stop, or it will stop late. Starting also like that. Sometimes it will start 13 years, 14 years, 15 years, or some girls it starts even in 10 to 11 years. Okay. Okay, there are many exceptions. For some ladies, it goes until 70. Some they stop in 40. Okay, exceptions are there. This is the common one. Okay. Yeah, for some ladies, there was a child born in 80 years, 90 years, they are saying. Okay, sometimes it can be artificial method of fertilization, that also can happen, or else naturally also can happen. Those are exceptional cases. Okay, the pair of ovaries releases the ova alternatively. The whole process of the menstrual cycle is associated with two locations. One location, okay, it is the ovarian cycle. This is happening in the ovary. The second one, it is happening in the uterus. It is the uterine cycle. Now, because of today's camera problem, I can't on and off the camera and teach you. I can't show you the parts on that spot itself. So first I will discuss everything, then I will put my other phone and I will on the camera from that, and then explain that in the board. So first try to understand the theory completely. Okay, theory completely. After that I will draw and show. Okay, that's like the practical part. You will be able to understand clearly. So now this chart is the final chart. Okay, finally, after studying everything, you should be thorough with this chart. This is the 28-day chart. Both the places are there. The first one is the ovarian cycle, which is happening in the ovary, and the last one is the uterine cycle, which is happening in the uterus. Uterine cycle happening in the uterus, ovarian cycle happening in the ovary. In the middle, we have to talk about the hormones, we have to talk about the body temperature, all those things we have to talk. Okay. Yeah, we'll go to the first part. Changes occurring within the ovary. So this is known as the ovarian cycle. Development and release of the ova are carried out by the ovary. There are two phases of changes that occur in the ovary. Then the ovarian cycle has two parts. One is known as the follicular phase. The other one is known as the luteal phase. Very simple. This follicular phase is 14 days. The luteal phase is another 14 days. So 14 plus 14, totally 28 days. This ovarian cycle is happening in the ovary. Okay, first 14 days, what is happening? The follicular phase. Listen to the word follicular phase. The second 14 days, luteal phase. Okay, these words are important. Follicular phase, luteal phase. Okay, when you look at the follicular phase, this is the initial stage which occurs due to the stimulation of which hormone? Follicular stimulating hormone, FSH. Follicular phase maintained by the or stimulated by the follicular stimulating hormone. Though the words are same, no, F and F. FSH is secreted by the pituitary gland. When we were studying the grade 10s, you all don't know. Okay, the grade 11s, I think you all know. When you all were studying the system lesson, there was a separate system known as the endocrine system. In that endocrine system, we are talking about the endocrine glands, hormone secreting glands. The main hormone secreting gland present closer to our brain, it is the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus. In the pituitary only many hormones needed for the body are produced. One of that is FSH hormone. The growth hormone, all those are from the pituitary. The one related to sexual reproduction is FSH, follicular stimulating hormone. So you all know the hormone, you all know where it is producing, and you all know what is it doing. It is starting the follicular phase of the ovarian cycle. FSH stimulates one primary follicle to mature into a Graafian follicle. Then this Graafian follicle is ready to release an ovum out of the ovary. So what is happening in the follicular phase? Very simple thing. Primary follicle, it is converted. Okay, it is converted to the Graafian follicle. The hypothalamus is a part of the right brain. No, hypothalamus is in the middle, in between the right and the left brain. The hypothalamus is there. It takes 14 days. So we know follicular phase takes 14 days. What is happening? Remember, primary follicle is converted into Graafian follicle. Okay, one new name, Graafian follicle. During this phase, the ovary secretes estrogen hormone. Remember this. First, follicular stimulating hormone from the pituitary it will come and stimulate, and the ovary will start this follicular phase. While follicular phase is happening in the ovary, another hormone is secreted by the ovary, that is the estrogen. Okay, estrogen. Okay, please use your full names. Okay, don't use short forms or anything. Please use your full names. If you have your admission numbers, you all can, the students who are already come into our class, you can use your full names. You can use your admission numbers and others can use your full name. Okay, this is a paid seminar. I hope only the paid students are here. Remove all the other designs from your name and keep only your name. Okay, today also in our theory classes, we put some students out because their name is not mentioned. Then how do we know who you are? Okay, the rename option is given. So please rename yourself, or else in another 5 minutes, we may put you out. Hurry. So this is the follicular phase. So if I show a picture, this is the ovary, this cut part of the ovary. Okay, in the female reproductive organs, you studied the ovary, when you cut the ovary, you have small dots, all those things you have studied. These small dots, those are the primary, those are the follicles. Then this one is known as the primary follicle. Primary follicle will become Graafian follicle, secondary follicle, and secondary follicle will become Graafian follicle. This is the one which is happening in the follicular phase. How long does it take? 14 days. How long does it take? Until this, it is known as the follicular phase. It is known as the follicular phase. So follicles, primary follicles become secondary follicles, and secondary follicle will become Graafian follicle. That is from the first day to the 14th day. And on the 14th day, the Graafian follicle, it's like a balloon. Okay, primary follicle is like a small balloon. It's blowing, becoming secondary follicle, and finally very big Graafian follicle. And on the 14th day, it will blast, and inside the Graafian follicle only, you have the egg cell, the ova. The ova will be released from the ovary. Now you all know the story. When the ova is released from the ovary, tell me, what is the organ which captures the ova and takes it in? You all can unmute and
Fallopian tube.
the membrane of the fallopian tube. It catches the ova and takes it into the fallopian tube. Okay, that story is separate. So until the 14th day, we the stages are increasing. Primary becoming secondary, secondary becoming Graafian. On the 14th day, dang like that, sound won't come. Okay, it's blasting and the ova is released. Okay, this ova goes to the fallopian tube, and if the sperm comes on the same day, fertilization is possible. On the same day, on the 14th day of the girl's menstrual cycle, if sexual intercourse happen and if the sperms go, what will happen? The baby can be created, or else there is no other chance for the baby to come. So don't think every day baby will be produced. No, on the 14th day, 15th day, okay, maybe 3 days before the 14th, 3 days after the 14th. So that is the possible dates. Within those days, if sexual intercourse happen, only then baby can be created. Okay, most of the students don't know this. They think any day the baby can be created. No, out of the 1 month, only 4 to 5 days there is a chance for the baby to be created. Is the ova and the ovum same? Yes. Ova, I think, is plural. Ovum is the singular. Okay, both are same. Hurry. Then the next one. Now the ova is released. Then 14th day cycle, until releasing of the ova, that is the first 14-day cycle. Then the next 14-day cycle, okay, the next 14-day cycle is known as the luteal phase. Luteal phase. In the luteal phase, we'll see what is happening. This is the final phase. which is stimulated by the luteinizing hormone. So names are very common. Luteal phase is stimulated by the luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone is also released by the pituitary gland. So the first 14 days, pituitary gland releases FSH hormone. Second 14 days, the pituitary gland releases luteinizing hormone. Then the luteinizing hormone will travel through the blood and come to the ovary and help the second cycle. LH means luteinizing hormone, stimulates the Graafian follicle to mature, and when it ruptures and releases the ovum to the outside. So on the 14th day, exactly on the 14th day only, this luteinizing hormone is coming and helping the follicle to blast. Okay, the Graafian follicle to blast and release the ovum on the 14th day. Okay, until the 14th day, it is the follicular phase, and from the 14th day, the blasting situation, to the next 14th day until the 28th day, it is the luteal phase. So the first starting point of the luteal phase is the breaking of the Graafian follicle and release of the ova. So that is the starting of the luteal phase. So the remaining particles of the Graafian follicle, after releasing the ova, the other parts of the Graafian follicle will be there. No? That becomes like a small guliyak. In Sinhala we say guliyak wage wenawa. Okay. So what is rupture? Rupture means blasting. Okay, blasting. So what will happen if the intercourse happens on other days? Intercourse will happen, but no babies. Okay. So that will develop into corpus luteum. The remaining parts of the Graafian follicle will become corpus luteum. Luteal phase, corpus luteum. All are similar words. Okay. The azan is saying I will mute. The prayers are going on. Therefore, I will mute for 2 minutes. You can read this until that. Please read it. Okay, there are some many questions. Okay, okay, all are like practical questions. Okay, I will explain everything. So is it harm if the menstrual cycle happens in 18 days? Yes, it's abnormal. Okay, it's abnormal. Have to check, but I'll tell you, no girl in the world has a proper menstrual cycle. Almost everyone have a problem related to the menstrual cycle. The girls know that. Okay, the days may increase, decrease. Okay, whatever we study in the theory, it's just theory. In real life, no one has a 28-day cycle. Okay, so will only one ovum be released? Mostly it's one, sometimes two. Then there is chance for twins. So the blood, all those I will talk. Okay, we'll talk. I will tell everything. Okay, so don't worry. I will explain everything clearly. Try maximum to understand. So we know in the luteal phase, okay, second 14 days, what is happening? The Graafian follicle is blasting. We know at the starting of the luteal phase, the Graafian follicle is blasting, and then what is happening? The remaining parts, pieces, okay, the remaining pieces other than the ovum, all the other pieces will stay in the ovary. Only ovum will escape and come out. All the other pieces will stay, and it will become one structure. That structure is known as corpus luteum. Okay, don't ask me what is corpus luteum. All the remaining parts of the Graafian follicle which stays in the ovary becomes the Graafian follicle. Sign out. Sign out. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, listen to this carefully. I'm not looking at the messages, because if I keep on answering to the messages, all are real good questions, but no time. The released ova is directed into the fallopian tube by the finger-like projections known as the fimbriae. You know that story. If the ovum is not fertilized, if the ova which is released, if it is not fertilized during its travel through the fallopian tube, then the corpus luteum is converted into another structure called the corpus albicans. Later, this corpus albicans fades off. This whole process takes 14 days to complete. During this phase, the ovary secretes progesterone hormone. So during the first phase, you all know the ovary secretes estrogen hormone. Then during the second phase, it produces progesterone hormone. Now, what is this corpus luteum albicans? I will explain that. If fertilization occurs, then the corpus luteum is maintained as it is until the the mother gets the baby. Until the mother gets the baby, what will happen? The corpus luteum will be maintained. With this picture, I will explain. Okay. Okay, listen to this carefully. Okay, now you all know join the meeting. Okay, okay, I'm trying to fix the camera. Okay, then only I will be able to explain everything completely. Okay, the first 14 days, okay, you all know it's the luteal phase. Sorry, follicular phase. And on the 14th day, the blast will occur. That is the starting of the second 14th day. Okay, the starting of the second 14th day. That is the luteal phase. The second 14 days. On the second 14 days, what will happen? First day it will blast and the ova will be released. And the remaining parts, can you see these remaining parts of the Graafian follicle will form into one round clot. Okay, that is known as the corpus luteum. Okay, then the corpus luteum will be there for few days. Now see the big one, it has become big and it is there for few days. If now the released ova is there, no, when the ova is traveling, if it gets fertilized, this corpus luteum will be like that. If fertilization doesn't occur, if sperms doesn't come, if fertilization doesn't occur, what will happen? Now no use. Okay, therefore corpus luteum will get degenerated and it will form a very, very small structure known as the corpus albicans. So after every menstrual cycle, what will happen? One corpus luteum will be there. So normally, you know, in a dead body, they are cutting and checking. No, now they are doing some post-mortems. If there is a unidentified body, okay, in Sri Lanka, you all know, no, recently also there was a body of a girl without the head. So to assess the age, what can they do? They can do many things. One thing is, when they are cutting, they can cut the ovary and check how many corpus albicans are there. Because they know every menstrual cycle, after every menstrual cycle, there will be a small corpus albicans remaining after every unfertilized menstrual cycle. If fertilization happens, then until the baby comes, this corpus luteum will be maintained. Okay, can you understand? So that is the second 14-day cycle. Yeah, if possible, I will try to put the. So how primary follicle are formed? That is formed, God, when the baby is being born, that is there. Like if you ask how is the eye formed, God has given the eye, like that God has given the follicles. So we are learning from the follicle what is happening. How the follicle came, only God knows. Yeah, corpus albicans, finally it will get collected. Few corpus albicans will get collected. If fertilization happens, corpus luteum will be collected and released. No. Corpus luteum will be maintained like that until the child is born. After the child is born, again corpus luteum will become corpus albicans, because that corpus luteum is maintained until the baby is born. After the baby is born, finished. Then that story finished. Okay, so corpus albicans, where day by day it will become small and totally degenerate, but it will be a final tiny dot. Okay. Okay, so that is the first few cycle. That is the first two cycles of the ovarian phase. Now I will try. I have put my other phone. I will try my maximum to come through that phone and try to do something. We'll see. Wait, give me a minute. In the phone. I hope you all can see the board. Okay. Then I will try my maximum to draw in the board. Okay, so today I put the other phone and then I came to Zoom. It got stuck. Normally that We connect the phone to the camera, laptop and do it, then it's easy. Anyways, no problem. We know that the menstrual cycle, it happens in two parts. One is in the ovary, the other one is in the uterus. You all know the ovary and the uterus, no? If you take the female reproductive organ, okay, if you look at the female reproductive organ, this part is the ovary. This part is the ovary. This part is the uterus. Okay, whatever happening in the ovary, it is known as the ovarian cycle. Whatever happening in the uterus, it is known as the uterine cycle. I hope you all are okay with that. Now we'll discuss the ovarian cycle. When you look at the ovarian cycle happening in the ovary, we call it the ovarian cycle. It has two parts. First one is the follicular phase. The second one is the luteal phase. Follicular phase 14 days, luteal phase another 14 days. Then when you look at the follicular phase, in the follicular phase, what is happening? Now this is the ovary. Now this is the ovary. In the ovary you have, I told you, 200,000. In each ovary, there are 200,000 small follicles. Okay. There are many names, primordial follicle, like that. Many things are there. In your O-level syllabus, you should know primary follicle. Then primary follicle will become one primary follicle. Every 28 days, one primary follicle will become one secondary follicle. Okay, this is secondary. This is primary. Many primary follicles are there. Out of that, one will be selected and it will become secondary follicle. And when closer to the 14th day, it will become a large one containing the ova, that is the Graafian follicle. Okay, Graafian follicle. So this is maintained by, this is starting by the FSH hormone, which is coming from the brain, from the pituitary gland. Closer to the brain, there is a pituitary gland. Okay, in the brain, there is a pituitary gland. From the pituitary gland, FSH is coming and stimulating this one. Because of that, this 14-day cycle is happening. When that is happening, the ovary will secrete estrogen. So this is the 14th day. Then next 14th day, luteal phase. Then during luteal phase, pituitary gland of the brain will produce LH hormone. We call on the 14th day. The first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, and on the 14th day, LH hormone will be very high. On the 14th day, we call it LH surge. There will be very high amount of LH hormone coming. Because of that, this Graafian follicle will blast. On the 14th day, LH hormone, very high amount of LH hormone will come. Because of that, the Graafian follicle will blast. And what will happen? Like a bomb, it will blast and it will release the ova. It will release the ova on the 14th day. This process is known as ovulation. This process is known as ovulation. Then from this 14th day to the next 28 days, what is happening? These parts, the remaining part of the Graafian follicle will form one structure. Corpus luteum. Okay, That's why we call this the luteal phase. Then for few days corpus luteum will be there. His story depends on his story. If the ova goes and get fertilized, he will survive and corpus luteum will be maintained. If he doesn't fertilize, he will die. Ova will die. It will go to the uterus and it will die. When that die, this fellow also, in that sadness, he will become corpus albicans. And slowly, they will finally become a tiny, small piece in the ovary. So this will happen on the right side, 1 month, that is the 28th day. The next 28th day, it may happen on the left side of the girl's ovary. Then again right side, left side, right side, left side. Sometimes at certain situation in both the ovaries, this will happen. Okay. Then this 14 day, total 28 day cycle coincides with the uterine cycle also. Now you all know this cycle, no? Ovarian cycle, next will go to uterine cycle. If there is any doubts, okay, if there is any doubts, quickly ask me. If there is any doubts, you can ask quickly. So what is ovule? Ovule, that's in the plants. Which plant secretes LH, luteinizing hormone? So when will luteinizing hormone produce? On the 14th day. Can a woman feel this? No. What happens to corpus albicans? It degenerates and becomes very small, tiny dot. So ovulation is not there in the book. It's there in the book. You have read only one part. Many parts are there. What are the other questions? Or else you can unmute and ask.
Can you define the ovulation?
Define the?
Can you define the ovulation?
Release of the ova on the 14th day.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, can the camera?
Sir, after
Sir,
producing the Graafian follicle, the follicular phase ends.
Hello, tell me.
After producing the Graafian follicle, the follicular phase ends.
Yeah, with the Graafian follicle, the follicular phase ends. And the ending of the follicular phase will start the luteal phase. That is, this will blast. So where will LH hormone produce? Pituitary gland. So does this both happen? Yeah, both can happen simultaneously. Total 28 days.
Excuse me, sir. Can I know how eggs are formed, sir?
How the?
How the eggs are formed? The tiny eggs.
Now these are the eggs. Okay, these are the eggs. Primary eggs. It's there by default. When the girl is being born, inside her ovary, these small eggs are there. By FSH hormone, they are maturing and becoming secondary follicle and Graafian follicle. And inside that Graafian follicle, only that main part is there. That is the ova. And the ova will be released on the 14th day. Okay, I hope those things are okay. Now we'll go to the next part. Mute and off screen. Okay, now we'll come to the next one. Because of this camera thing, it's getting a little bit delayed also. Changes that take place in the uterus. Okay, changes occurring within the uterus of a mature female can be studied under three phases. One is menstrual phase. This is the real menstrual phase, proliferative phase, and the secretory phase. The menstrual phase is like the menses, then proliferative phase, and the secretory phase. So we'll go to the first one. This is happening in the uterus, not in the ovary. Ovary story finish. Uterus story I will now tell. After that, both how it is happening on the exact dates. When one thing is happening in the ovary, another thing is happening in the uterus. That cycle I will both coincide and I will tell you. So please listen carefully. Very, very important session. We'll finally finish it. This is the initial phase in which the wall of the uterus is broken down and expelled through the vagina. This is the place where the bleeding occurs. Okay. This happens to the reduction of the progesterone level. This takes place around 3 to 7 days. Okay, 3 days is normal. Maximum it can go up to 7 days. Normally we call it 3 days, 3 to 4 days, maximum 7 days. If it goes after 7 days, it is a disease. Okay, for many people, it extends for a long time because it is very common nowadays. There is a condition called PCOD or PCOS. The girls might know, they can go and take a scan and see. Due to high intake of sugar, high intake of glucose, the wheat type of food we are eating, people are becoming obese. Because of that, there are many diseases. Now I'm not going to discuss about that. Okay, if you all are having menstrual cycle, delayed menstrual cycle, maybe for 2 weeks continuously bleeding, those kind of things, then you have to check with the VOG doctor. Okay, gynecologist, you have to check, because most of the people, half of the population of girls, they are having PCOD condition. Okay, simply you can read that. So you have to go and get it corrected. If fertilization had occurred previously, then this phase doesn't happen until parturition. So pregnant mother doesn't get her menses until the child is born. So it stopped. So other than a pregnant mother, so this is one method to identify whether the mother is pregnant. For 2 months, if they don't get the menses, they think that it is pregnancy. For some people, for 2 months without coming, it will stay. But normally, for 2 or 3 months, if it doesn't come, first 28 day they will see, second 28 day they will see. If it doesn't come, then there is a chance for the girl to be pregnant. So they can do many tests. There are HCG tests or ultrasound scanning they can do, and they can confirm that. Okay. Then second one is proliferative phase. Now already for 3 to 4 days, the wall was broken. Now what is happening? Second, this is happening for 10 days. Okay. Second 10 days, the broken walls start to grow. In the second phase of the uterine cycle, the broken down walls of the uterus start to rebuild. New cells, tissue layers, and blood capillaries grow on the inner wall of the uterus. This happens due to influence of estrogen hormone. Okay, so this takes about 10 days. This first takes about 10 days. So the boys were asking me, does a girl feel the ovarian cycle? She won't feel the ovarian cycle, but the uterine cycle, the first stage, the bleeding phase, she will feel it. Okay, they will feel dizzy, they will feel cramps, stomach pain, they will have headache, vomiting, a lot of things. They can't study, okay, they can't concentrate, like that. Many problems are there. Okay, normally the boys say, girls are staying at home and nicely studying online. These days it is very fun for them. No. Every month they get this problem. 3 to 4 days of their studies just go in vain during this cycle. Okay, some girls are there during this cycle, they can't even wake up. They put vomit continuously and sleep. They don't have energy in the body. Many people suffer like that. Okay, so they have, now for a boy, if he get a fever, once a year he will get a fever, or twice a year, that's all. But every month a girl gets this problem. So that's why we say respect the girls. Okay, boys have a very, very bad idea about the girls. Normally when they see them in the class, they will tell one joke and you're like this. like that they will say, but it's not like that. They also have a lot of suffering, they also have a lot of pain. Okay, because these pains are, they didn't want, no, they didn't ask and get it, but naturally by God it is given to them. Okay, so anyways, okay, so that's why I'm telling you, respect everyone which you're seeing. Okay, if you see that a girl, like she's having headache and feeling very uncomfortable, okay, don't go to a joke or play or tell one things, because she may be suffering inside, she may be suffering from this. They get a lot of mood swings. Okay, they get a lot of mood swings, that means their mood will change. Okay, maybe if you have some friends, one day they will be more fully fun, very friendly. Next day they will be, for even the smallest thing they will jump and shout and get angry. Then you might be thinking, what is this? One day she was very friendly, now today she is angry and jumping on the face. Maybe she is having the menstrual cycle. Okay, it's like that, the life is like that. So as boys, we should know how to adjust according to this situation. If we can't adjust, we can't lead a life. We will get angry with our mothers, we will get angry with our sisters, after you marry you will get angry with your wife, you will get angry with your children, girls. Okay, so life will be terrible. So you have to understand their situation and act according to it. Okay, so the next one is the secretory phase. Okay, first 3 days to 4 days it will break down, then next 10 days it is building, and the next 14 days it is being the secretions. Lot of secretions are coming. This is the final stage. In this phase, the uterine wall thickens, the blood supply is increased, the gland of the uterine wall are activated and becomes secretory. All the secretions are coming. This happens due to the influence of progesterone hormone. This also takes 14 days. Normally the body temperature also rises during this phase. Okay, so yeah, I think you can see in this chart. Anyways, okay, now we'll go to the camera. Okay, give me 1 or 2 minutes to fix the. Okay, now you all know this is the ovarian cycle. Okay, now we are going to the uterus part, the uterine cycle. When you look at the uterus, okay, you know that uterus part, no? The cycle which is happening in the uterus, it is known as the uterine cycle. Uterine cycle. Uterine cycle. I hope the screen is clear, no? Board is not clear. Why is that? Okay, no? Now I think it's clear. When the connection problems happen, I think it's getting blurred. Uterine cycle has 3 phases. Menstrual phase, proliferative phase, and secretory phase. When you look at the days, starting from the first day, maybe third to, we'll put 4 days. Then from here, another 10 days. So 14th day. Then from here to here, another 14 days. So totally 28 days. This is taking 3 to 4 days. This is taking around 10 days. And this is taking another 14 days. So totally when you add 28 days. So in the ovary, 28 days, while that is happening, here also something is happening. Okay, now I have to draw the uterus. Okay, now I'm not drawing the ovary because we need only this part. Now this is the uterus part. On the first 3 or 4 days, the menstrual phases, in common word we are saying this is the menses. What is happening? This wall, this uterus wall will break and it will pieces, and the tissue pieces and the blood will start to flow out of the vagina. Okay, through the vagina it will come out. This is the painful phase, okay, where the wall is breaking, the blood is coming, all those things are happening for these few days. So when the menstrual phase is happening, the wall breaks. Okay, this wall breaks. Then after this bleeding stops, what will happen? Rebuilding. Okay. Okay, I'm not drawing the full thing. These broken walls are there, no? That broken walls are being rebuilt. And on the 14th day, after the 14th day, until the next 14th day, the built walls, okay, in that built walls, more and more blood vessels are coming, secretory glands are coming, okay, it's being ready for pregnancy. But if the ova is fertilized, then it is maintained and the baby grows. Or else what will happen? After this 28th day, again this will break and blood will come. So it continuously happens. Breaking, then making, then preparing. Pregnancy doesn't happen, again it will break. Then again it will make, it will prepare. On the 14th day, it is prepared. If the ova comes from the ovarian cycle, and if the sperm goes, if both meet, pregnancy will happen. Then the baby will come and land here, and this is the best environment for the baby to grow. If fertilization doesn't happen, baby is not there, therefore no use of this. Again, it will break. Again, it will make. It will wait for the baby. Secretory phase is waiting for the baby. Because on the 14th day, ova is released, fertilization, there is a chance. If fertilization happen, baby will be formed and the baby will be embedded here, and this will be maintained until the mother gives birth. If baby is not there, why should this be ready? So again, it will break down. It will make. So this continuously happens every 28 days. Now I think you have a how to identify the exact 14th day. Now these questions are from the boys. Normally that happens. Why is that? Because they don't know. Normally the girls, when they get starting the menses, they count. They have a calendar. Okay, now like we have a monthly calendar. The most of the girls, they maintain a menses calendar. Nowadays there are apps also. Okay, the day which they are getting the menses, they mark and keep. And then they know the 14th day. Then they can calculate. Okay, so a girl knows. If she gets the period, we call this a period. Okay, the first 4 days she knows, and after it stops, she knows proliferative phase from that 10 days. Then after that secretory, she knows when is my next cycle. Okay, so like that they can calculate, and they can either be ready for the menses or becoming pregnant also. They can calculate and do it. Understood? No? So what is the difference between uterine cycle and the ovarian cycle? Ovarian cycle is happening in the ovary. Uterine cycle is happening in the uterus. Okay, but both happen with the same plant. Okay, both happen together. So now, did you all understand the uterine cycle? Okay, now we'll see. Now we'll coincide the uterine cycle. I think I can do that with the picture itself, given picture, because now you all know a lot of things now. Of the okay. Better than that picture. Do you have a good picture? 1 minute. Yeah, this picture is good. Okay, so try to please follow this. Yeah. Now the first one is the ovarian cycle happening in the ova. We know in the ovarian cycle, primary follicle, secondary follicle, Graafian follicle, then that is the until the 14th day. On the 14th day, high amount of LH hormone. Can you see this blue color hormone in the body? Luteinizing hormone will be more because the brain is producing more and more luteinizing hormone. Then ovulation will occur, and the remaining parts will be corpus luteum. And after few days, the corpus luteum will become corpus albicans, and it will become small, 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 and finally it will be like a tiny dot. We know that story. 14th day, 14th day. This dotted line is showing the 14th day. Then below in the uterus, in the womb, what is happening? First 3 to 4 days, the womb is breaking. The wall of the uterus is breaking. Can you see? And pieces of blood, pieces of tissue, all those are coming through the vagina. Okay, so for that only, the females are using the sanitary pads and all those things. Okay. Then that will stop on the 4th day, 3rd or 4th day. Then from there onward, it will start building. Okay, it will start building. On the 14th day, the wall is complete. From 14th day to next 14 days, can you see there are more and more blood vessels? The secretory things are becoming more. It is being ready for the child. But here, what is happening? The child is not coming. So again, after 28th day, all the progesterone hormone, everything is going down. Then what will happen? Again, the menses will start. So can you understand? So this is the 28th day border, 14th day border, and this is the 4th day. I hope now by now it's clear. And when you look at the body temperature of a female, normally until the 14th day, okay, when the ovulation, all those things are happening, it will be normal. As soon as ovulation happen, the temperature will little bit increase. Okay, so their body becomes hot after the 14th day, 1 degree, but it becomes little bit hot after the 14th day. Okay, because that stage only a girl can become pregnant. So at that time, her body is hot. Understood? Okay, now this estradiol, it's the estrogen, another name for estrogen. This blue color, purple color line is the progesterone. So you know when estrogen is more, progesterone is more. During the follicular phase, more estrogen. So you can see estrogen. During the luteal phase, more progesterone. Corpus luteum is producing. At that stage, there are more progesterone. So high progesterone level. FSH and LH coming from the pituitary, during the first 14 days, FSH is more. And on the 14th day, this LH is more. Okay. So this is the comparison between the uterine cycle, ovarian cycle, and the uterine cycle. Okay, so if they ask a question, during ovulation on the ovary, what is happening to the uterus? The wall is built and it is starting the secretory phase. Okay, the blood vessels and all the things are getting ready in the secretory phase. Okay, now I tell the students, now there is a house. Menses means breaking the house and again building it beautifully for another 10 days. And the next 14 days, decorating the house. Okay, decorating the house until the visitors come. If visitors doesn't come, again you're breaking it, building it, decorating it. If visitors doesn't come, breaking it, building it, decorating it. One day the visitor will come, then you will maintain like that. Who is the visitor in this situation? The baby. If fertilization occurs, it will be maintained. The next menstrual cycle will occur after the childbirth, after 9 months. Okay, normally child is there for 9 months now in the mother's womb. After 9 months only, the next cycle will happen. Okay, I hope it is clear. So that is the story of the menstrual cycle. So this one fully we have explained: follicular phase, luteal phase, 14 day, 14 day, FSH hormone, LH hormone, that we know. And then we came to the changes taking place in the uterus. It is known as the uterine cycle. That has 3 stages: menstrual phase, proliferative phase, secretory phase. Menstrual phase, it's the breaking days, 3 to 4 days. Proliferative phase, it is the building phase, around 10 days, and the secretory phase, okay, it is the design phase. Okay, more and more secretions, more and more blood vessels. Okay, the decorative phase, that is taking 14 days. Okay, I hope you all are clear with that. So with that, we have completed the menstrual cycle. Okay, no? Yeah. Then the next one is fertilization and implantation. Yeah, we'll take a 5 minutes break and then we'll go to that fertilization and implantation. Okay, take a 5 minutes break, do a revision. 3 minutes break is enough. Do a revision and come. We will start the next part. Okay, then we will continue. So if ovarian cycle happen and uterine cycle not happen means what will happen? No, both will happen. Okay, both will happen. So to reduce the menstrual pain, can we drink Panadol? Is it harmful? Panadol or paracetamol, I think you all can drink. It's not a big problem, but don't get used to medicine. The ginger tea, cinnamon plain tea, those are really good. Okay, you can use those things. So if the menstrual cycle didn't happen for 5 months, is it a problem? Yes, it's a big problem. Either that lady is pregnant or some disease. So when woman is pregnant, will ovum be released every month like other days? No, it will stop. Every cycle will stop when the lady is pregnant. So if there is no eggs, what will happen? The girls can't become a mother. That girl can't become a mother. But it's not like that. Nothing happens like that. Ovarian cycle and menstrual cycle, same. Who's asking that after teaching so much? Ovarian cycle is happening in the ovary. Uterine cycle is happening in the uterus. Both together only we are calling menstrual cycle. So what will happen to the ovum if it is not fertilized? It will just die and go. What is a sterile woman? A woman who can't bear child. Either maybe she's past the menopause or she has some disease. When will the class end? As soon as this chapter finish, I will end the class. So how does the baby gets its gender? That's dependent totally not in our hands. Okay, because until 4 months, the baby, you can't give the gender. On the 4 months, 20th day, 20th week only, the gender, whether it's testes or whether it's the vagina, will be decided. So after 55 years, a lady can't get pregnant because her eggs are over. No, eggs are there, but her menstrual cycle stops. Because of that, she can't become pregnant. 200,000 eggs are there. 2 lakhs of eggs are there. So will you teach mitosis, meiosis today? No time at all to teach that. That is your grade 10 lesson. Circulate until, I don't know what is that. Okay, then I stop. Enough of your questions. Personal questions are coming. Now we'll go to fertilization and implantation. Now listen, this is a very important part. During copulation, okay, you all were asking what is copulation? Copulation, the erect penis. I told you, we spoke about the penis, the organs, and it can become erect due to the blood supply. The erect penis of a male is inserted into the female vagina, okay, vagina of the female. After that, the sperms or the semen will get ejaculated. So in the semen, what do you have? You have sperms. Now the sperm cell present in the semen will start swimming. Now it was there in the male organ and now it jumped or ejaculated into the female organ and it will start swimming in the female organ. And then it will go until the uterus and into the fallopian tube. I told you sperms are traveling very fast. Okay, it will go and then it will go up until the fallopian tube. If the sperm finds a ovum, some people say ovum, some people say ova, some people say egg, whatever. If the sperm finds a ova, so what is the possible day they can find a ova? On the 14th or 15th day, because 14th day it will be released, 15th day it will be on top. On the same day it will come to the top. On the 14th or on the 15th day, the sperm can find the ovum. If copulation happens on that 14th day, there is high chance to become pregnant. All the other days, no chance to become pregnant. Okay, so then what will happen? The sperm and the ova, they touch each other, they fuse. Okay, fuse means they join. Then 23 chromosomes of the ova will mix with the 23 chromosomes of the sperm. that is father's 23 chromosomes, mother's 23 chromosomes, they will join together and they will form the new zygote. That is the new baby, the new fetus. At that stage, it is only one cell. That is known as zygote. It has 46 chromosomes, 23 from mother, 23 from father. So this joining part, it is the fertilization. Okay, it is the fertilization. So the sperms are going and touching the ova, and one sperm will release 23 chromosomes, and this ova will have 23 chromosomes. When they join, it is the real fertilization. When a sperm releases its genetic material, that is the chromosome, into the ovum and fertilize the ovum, this process is called as fertilization. Are you all clear about fertilization? Okay, every day fertilization won't happen. Only on the 14th, 15th, 16th, like 3 days chance is there. Okay, the ones who are having other classes, okay, sometimes we will send the recording of this. I will check the video, needed parts I will cut, and within 2 or 3 days the recording will be sent. Okay, so don't worry. So many people they said they can't come today, so no problem, I will give the recording, and if possible I will, okay, don't depend, I have many schedule, my schedule is totally filled. Within 1 week I will slowly get the permission of the institute, and if possible I will try to upload all the videos related to the sexual reproduction. It is a private video. You should not share with anyone, because only the paid students will be benefited, or else if a non-paid student get the benefit, it will be a very big loss for the paid students. Okay, so because you all have paid and you all have done an effort and you all have come to this class, so we can't freely give everyone. So I will upload it in one place and I will give you the private link. Within 1 or 2 weeks, again watch all those things, all those videos, and make it thorough. Okay, make it understand, and after 1 or 2 weeks we will remove that link. Okay, so you give me some time. Okay, give me some time, because I also need to upload one video. It will take more than 1 hour, so I have to wait until it uploads, you know, in the Google Drive and all. It gets uploaded, then it gets removed, uploaded, removed. It's a big fight between me and the computer. Okay, so it takes time. So I will do that help for you, because you all are paid students. Okay, and more number of students have come, so I can do something more for you all. So as a help I will do that. Give me some time, inshallah I will do it. Okay, this occurs in the upper part of the fallopian tube. So you know fertilization, the best place for fertilization to happen is the upper part of the fallopian tube. Okay, so quickly we'll read this and I will explain. After fertilization occurs, the ova or the ovum is referred to as the zygote, because before fertilization, one part is ova, the other part is sperms. But after fertilization, both have joined to form the first cell. The first cell is known as the zygote. Now we are made out of millions and billions of cells, but at one stage, we all were just one cell. The zygote slowly descends down the fallopian tube. Now it's in the fallopian tube. Now slowly, it will come down. While descending, it undergoes mitosis, cell division, and grows. One cell will become 2, 2 will become 4, 4 will become 8, like that, it will grow. And when reaching the uterus, when I show the picture, you will be able to understand. Now think that fertilized zygote is slowly rolling and coming down. Then while coming, it is getting multiplied. Now, and it forms a structure called the morula. Okay, and it comes and joins the uterus. I will show this picture, don't worry. The morula disintegrates the tissue of the uterine wall, that is known as the endometrium, uterus wall, the endometrium, and sinks into it and gets deposited in the uterine wall. Okay, this phenomena is known as implantation. Fertilization, after that implantation. We'll come to implantation. It takes about 7 to 8 days for the zygote to travel through the fallopian tube and get implanted in the endometrium. With the picture, you will have a clear idea. Now, you know, I hope you all can see the picture. The ovary releases the ova on the 14th day. And on that 14th day, if copulation, sexual reproduction, sexual intercourse happen, the male will release millions and millions of sperms to the female vagina, and the millions and millions of sperms will start running here and there, everywhere, and it will come to the fallopian tube. One sperm will get a chance to fertilize one ova. Okay, out of the millions of sperms, only one will get the chance. That is you. Okay, So if that sperm had not got fertilized, you wouldn't be you, it will be someone else. Can you understand? That means you are a great achiever. Don't think you all are weak. Some students have a that inferiority complex. They think they can't do everything, others only can do everything. He's very good in studies, he's very good in sports, then what are you good at? Like that, we itself put ourselves down. Okay, some people put us down, some of our family members put us down. Okay, so don't worry, you're a person who has won a race with millions of people like you and won it. That's why today you are you. So you can achieve. O level is not a big barrier compared to this big race. Okay, so anyways, fertilization occurs. Then after fertilization, you know this zygote is there. So fertilization, immediately after fertilization, we call it zygote. Then the next stage is implantation. So implantation should happen here. Can you see? In the wall of the uterus. That wall special name is endometrium. Endometrium. Then while traveling 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, the zygote is multiplying. What type of cell division? Mitosis. Mitosis is happening. 3 cells are becoming 4 cells, 4 cells are becoming 8 cells, and like that, developing. And at that stage, when it is reaching this part, it is known as the morula. First zygote, then morula, and morula comes and sinks into this endometrial wall. Sinking into the endometrial wall, it is known as the implantation. So clearly you all know the difference between fertilization and implantation. Where does the fertilization happen? In the upper part of the fallopian tube, we know that. Where does implantation happen? In the wall of the uterus. What is the special name given to the wall of the uterus? Endometrium. I hope it's crystal clear. That is only fertilization and okay, only one sperm fertilizes one ova. Yes. What about the other sperms which do not get fertilized? It just dies off. Okay. So what is oocyte? These and all you all don't need no. Okay, oocyte and all in A level you will study. Many things are there. Okay. What is blastula? Now here in some books they will tell blastula, morula. Okay. Normally the real thing is first it is zygote, then it becomes blastula, then it becomes morula. But in our syllabus they are directly saying zygote, it is becoming morula and getting embedded. But in between there is another stage called blastula. If there are 2 ovas released, then 2 sperms can fertilize. One sperm can fertilize one ova, the other sperm can fertilize the other ova. Then they will get twins, but unidentical twins. Because 2 ovums, right? 2 ova, 2 babies, twins, but they are not identical. Sometimes to get the identical twin, only one ova will come, but magically, that's God's decision, we don't know, it will divide into 2. If from the same ova divides into 2 and 2 babies come, that is giving identical twins or conjoined babies. The babies who are joint, only 2 hands, 2 heads, those babies also from the one ova dividing into 2 parts. Can you understand? There is nothing to explain in morula and blastula, Putta. The zygote is just developing. The name given is morula. The name is morula. After developing, it's morula, and then the morula only sink into this endometrial wall. Okay, this endometrial, the uterus wall. That's all. Okay, then we'll go to the next part. Okay. In your exams, they won't ask, sir, explain how twins are formed, explain how triplets are formed. They won't ask. So don't worry. Those are extra things. I will tell certain things, but I can't explain everything. Okay. Because we are limited with time. That is the problem. Development of fetus. After sinking into the endometrial wall, it is now called, after implantation, the zygote or the morula is now called the fetus. So stage by stage, the name will change. Okay, before fertilization, it's a ova and a sperm. After fertilization, zygote. Then the zygote undergoes mitosis and develops to morula. Then morula goes and joins the wall of the uterus and it becomes the fetus. Now we will call the fetus. Further cell division occurs and the fetus starts to grow further, growing. Now totally growth will occur. In about 6 weeks, a protective membrane called the embryonic membrane develops and fluid is filled in that embryonic membrane. Okay, the fluid is filled in the embryonic membrane and now the baby is in a fluid filled medium like this. Can you see? The mother's endometrial wall is there. There is a connection between the mother and the child. It is known as the umbilical cord, and this is the child. And now there is a outermost covering. That's the embryonic membrane. Inside the embryonic membrane, you have the fluid. That is the embryonic fluid. Can you understand? So that is helping the baby. Okay, or else if the mother falls down, directly the baby will knock. So to protect the baby, God has created a liquid inside the mother's inside the mother's womb. The fetus is sunk in this fluid. That means we were at one stage inside one fluid, like a fish. We were like a fish inside the water. Okay. The place where the embryonic membrane connects with the uterine wall is known as the placenta. Actually, that connection is known as the umbilical cord. This area, to the place where it is connected to the mother's uterus, it is known as the placenta. This is placenta, and this tube is the umbilical cord. Umbilical cord. Okay, when the baby is born, they cut it. I will show the photos also related to that. So this is how the baby is there. This is the umbilical cord. Can you see? Inside like a fluid, the baby is staying. Now the baby is growing. Slowly, the baby is growing. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Normally, a mother doesn't know that the baby is growing. Okay, the girl doesn't know that she is pregnant. After 2 months, sometimes after 3 months only, they feel vomitish. They feel different feelings. The menses is missing. The periods are not coming. Then what will they do? They can do the pregnancy test. Okay, you know, there is a very simple pregnancy test known as the HCG test. Okay, HCG test. Okay, there is like a small like a pen or a tube like thing. If you put that, it will show 2 marks. If it show 2 marks, the mother is pregnant. Okay, for the urine of the mother, you have to take the urine and you have to put that and see, then you can confirm the pregnancy. After that, to further confirm, they can go to a gynecologist or VOG doctor and do a scan. So in the scan, you can see the movement of the baby, whether the baby is healthy, like that you can see all those things. Whether the baby's growth is good, nicely you can see. Exchange of materials between the mother and the fetus happens via a special cord known as the umbilical cord. Okay, in Tamil we say toppul kudi. In Sinhala, what do we call it? I can't remember the name. Okay, which is present within the placenta. Between the placenta and the baby, this umbilical cord is there. All nutrients. Now this is a before that MCQ question, O-level MCQ question. All nutrients, oxygen, waste, virus, bacteria, diseases, all those can be exchanged between the mother and the fetus through the umbilical cord. But one thing won't get exchanged. Okay, it is the blood. Until the child is born, mother's blood and baby's blood won't mix. Mother's blood is different, baby's blood is different. Baby will be having O positive, mother will be having B positive or something else. So mother's and baby's blood won't mix. If it mix, problem. Because of that, it won't mix. All the other things, the nutrients will get exchanged. Even the diseases will get exchanged. Sometimes mother is having coronavirus, baby may get the coronavirus or may not get it. There is chances. But mother's blood and baby's blood won't mix. Okay, there is a barrier. God has created that kind of a barrier. Okay, and the other one, all the baby's waste matter, we call it the meconium. Okay, you all don't need to remember all those words. Removal of the fecal excretory product, the carbon dioxide of the baby, the water vapor, the urea, the urine, all that is also through the umbilical cord. It will go to the mother, and through the mother's kidney and all those things, it will get excreted. Blood is not exchanged between the mother and the fetus. This is very important. This was one MCQ, direct MCQ question. only during parturition. Okay, parturition means child is going to be born. During that stage only, mother and fetal means baby, mothers and babies blood will mix. Until then, mothers and babies blood do not mix. Okay, put this point clearly. All the other things, even virus, even disease, even if the mother is smoking, the smoke of that, the nicotine, the chemicals, if the mother is drinking alcohol, even the alcohol will go to the baby. Okay, all the things, the medicine which the mother drinks will go to the baby. If the baby is not healthy, mother only has to drink the medicine. Like that, all the things will mix, but blood won't get mixed. And finally, the growth. In the 12th week, what is happening? In the 16th week, how it is happening? In the 20th week, how it is happening? Okay, all those things, at least you all should know little bit. Okay, now this one I can't be explaining one by one. In your textbook, okay, in page number 56, they have given it clearly week by week, 3 weeks, what is happening. Okay, the baby gets the human form. Okay, 3 weeks, the baby gets the like a 3 months, no? In our book they have given in months. So 3 months means how many weeks? 12 weeks. So can you see the 12 week, 12 to between the 12 and 16 week, the baby is getting the shape, takes the human form. Head of the fetus is large with respect to the body. Okay, normally you can look at the head, big head. Development of nails start. Okay, male and female sexual organs are developed. Okay, so like that, one by one you can read and understand, because I will have to read it, I can't show it, no? Every stage. Then next 4 months, what is happening? 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and finally 9 months, the baby is a fully grown 3.5 kilo baby is there in the mother's womb. 3.5 kilo baby, and many things are developed. You can read and understand very, very simple things. You can read and understand the development. Here I have shown how this is happening. What are the simple details? When is the hair growing? When is the nails growing? When is the skeleton developing? Okay, all those you can read and understand. This is not a very big part. They don't ask much question related to the growth, but you have to understand little by little only the baby's growth occur. And also remember, at 5 months, the heartbeat can be nicely observed. Okay, mother can feel the baby moving. Okay, nice movements. Sometimes the baby's hand can be seen outside, the baby's leg, that mark can be seen outside from a pregnant mother's stomach. Okay, all those can be seen. And then on the 40th week, that means 9 months. Okay, after 38 weeks to 40 weeks, then there is chance for the child to come out. Okay, so you can write that full thing. 3rd month, what is happening? 4th month, what is happening? 5th month, what is happening? You all write that. Okay, when writing, then you will understand, this is like this, like this, like this. In 3 months only, baby will become boy or girl, male or female, that is decided. In 2nd month, 1st month and all, you can't decide. When they do the scan, they won't tell you whether boy or girl. But after 3 months, when they do the scan, the doctor will tell you, congratulations, this is a boy or this is a girl. Okay, so yes, that is one of the happiest moments, no, for the parents. Okay, the next one is childbirth or parturition. The child is going to come out of the mother's womb. Okay, this is a very, very painful situation for the mother. When it is close to childbirth, head of the fetus turn towards the vagina. Slowly the baby will put like a somersault. He will turn. Already he is turning and fighting, and inside the stomach he is playing boxing, football, all those things he is doing. And finally, when he is going to come out, his head will turn towards the vagina. After the completion of the gestation period, that means pregnancy period, 280 days, 40 weeks, or in our month term, 9 months, the fetus slowly is now pushing and try to come out of the vagina. The vagina is very small, but during this period, it will get pulled, it will get dilated, and the muscles will construct. That's why pain. And slowly the baby's head will come out. Normally the head has to come out first. Okay, further contraction of the uterine wall, the uterus wall, the uterine wall, we call it the womb. That womb also will start pushing the baby. Okay, leads to disconnection of the placenta and the associated tissues. So everything will slowly remove, and first the baby will come out. Okay, so the baby will push, the wall also will push, from outside the mother also will push, the nurse also will push, and slowly the baby will come out. And first you can see the head comes out, and after the head, slowly the body also will come out. After the body comes out, the placenta will come out. Okay, before everything happens, first we studied, no, there is a water bag, the endometrium, not endometrium, sorry. What is the word? I also forgot that word. Embryonic membrane. Okay, that fluid is there, no? So when a mother, when she is going to become 9 months, on the 9 months, we call it labor, no? Labor pain, childbirth. Before that, first what will happen, that water bag will break, and first the water will come out. Then the mother knows now the baby is going to come, so quickly she will be rushed to the hospital. Okay, so first the water embryonic membrane breaks and the embryonic fluid comes out. We call it the water bag breaking, and the liquid will come out. Then after the liquid only, the baby will be pushed. Okay, now the baby will start breathing. Why? Until that it was in the water. Now the water is gone out, now it's starting to breathe, respiration, all those is happening, and while that is happening, the baby is coming out. And first after that the baby will come out. Then after a few minutes, the placenta and all the other particles which were there will be released, and it will come out. So first the head will come out. Okay, so and then the hand, and like that, with the umbilical cord, the baby will come out. So can you see? So this is without the organs, just only the womb video is there. So this is nice, you can see what is happening. Okay, so this is one of the most painful situation for your parents, and for that is your mother especially. So that's why they say mother has got so much of suffering, so respect the mother, show kindness to her, show love to her. Even the prophet has said, no, the paradise lies under the feet of your mother, because so much of sacrifice she is doing for a child. Okay, so one thing, you can give a very good gift for your mother and father, that is a very good O-level result. Okay, the gift which you can give now, later you can earn lakhs and millions and give them, but now the first and the best gift which you can give them is a very good O-level result. So don't miss this chance. Make your O-level result the best result. Your parents will be so much happy when they get when you get a very good O-level result. Okay, so even until now, maybe you all are not studying, you don't have a purpose to study. Why should I study? I have money, I have everything. You will think like that. But I think this session will make you understand that by achieving a good results, you can make your parents happy. You can make them really happy. They will be really happy. You can make them happy. So at least to make them happy, you have to study and get a good results. Okay, students, so we'll go to the next one. Thereby the fetus or the baby is expelled and pushed out through the vagina. There is a hormone helping, that is oxytocin hormone. Remember, oxytocin hormones help to push the fetus out. This process is known as childbirth, parturition, or in common words we are calling labor pain. Labor, L-A-B-O-U-R, labor. Okay, after parturition, the umbilical cord that connects the mother and the placenta, mother and the child, it is cut. Okay, so first the baby will come out, then what will the doctor do? They will cut the umbilical cord. Then after a few minutes, the full umbilical cord and the placenta, it will come out from the mother's womb, and they will throw that away. And this one small part will be hanging in the baby. After a few days, what will happen? It will become dry and it will fall down. Some people keep that umbilical cord. Okay, some mothers, they keep the umbilical cord of the child. Some people, they bury it. Some people, they keep it. And even when the child is big, they show that umbilical cord to the child. Okay. Okay, Harida. So later the remaining of the placenta and other materials also expelled out, and after that only the mother is fully relaxed. First the baby will come. after that only all the other unwanted particles which were there, it will all come out, and then only really the mother is relaxed. Until 9 months she was suffering, and on the 9th month she had so much of suffering, and then she will get the best gift of her life, that is the baby. And after that she will get so much of relaxation when all the other materials are expelled out of her womb. Then only she will breathe the breath of relief after so many months. Okay, then the total human reproduction process is completed. Okay, many students are sending messages. Okay, now I can't read that because I have to finish. Our target is there, or else I will have to put another day. That is too much for you all. Okay, the total human reproduction process is completely regulated by hormones: estrogen hormone, progesterone hormone, FSH hormone, LH hormone, oxytocin hormone. Like that, many hormones are related to this reproductive process. Okay, so hormones are very important for the reproductive process. Therefore, endocrine system and the endocrine glands are important for the human reproductive process. So you all know that all the we have many endocrine glands which are secreting the hormones, that is known as the endocrine system. You will learn detailed in grade 11. For now, you just remember that system is very important and supportive for the reproductive system. Okay, and only reproductive system can't produce the baby. With the help of all the other system, especially the endocrine system, that is the hormone system, only then the baby can come out. Okay, so that is the final story of the baby. And now we are going to sexually transmitted diseases. With this we can finish the session, so don't worry, don't get angry, we will finish. After childbirth, will the mother feel any difficulty in her stomach? Yes, some pain will be there for few days, few months, and after that it will go. Okay, one student is saying our mother still has my umbilical cord part. Yes, some mothers keep it. Okay, some culture, some religions, what do? They stitch the umbilical cord inside the child's pillow and keep. Okay, in Sri Lanka they do different thing. Okay. Okay, yeah, soon after the child is born, the mother will bleed for a few days, and after that she will stop. And then after a few months, her menstrual cycle will come back to normal, and then she can bear another child after like 1 year or 2 years, she can bear another child. Okay, sexually transmitted diseases. The diseases transmitted from one person to another person, mainly due to sexual contact, sexual secretion, okay, are known as STD. Okay, that's why now in many foreign countries they have all these unwanted things, no, unwanted people, unwanted environment. Okay, then these diseases are highly transmitted. Okay, out of the marriage they are having different contexts, different relationships, and many sexual partners. So because of that, these diseases are being spread. If sexual intercourse happens with a person having this STD, the other person will surely get the STDs. Okay, the sexual transmission diseases, 4 main are there. One is gonorrhea, the other one is syphilis. These are related to bacteria. The other one, herpes and AIDS, AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, AIDS. These are related to virus. So this virus and this bacteria will be there in the body of a person who is having sexually transmitted diseases, STD diseases. And if that person has sexual intercourse with another person, the other person it will get. Then another person, that person also will get. Another person, the other person also will get. Okay, so that's why they are saying this unwanted sexual relationship should not happen. Okay, some of the countries where all these are openly, legally happening, they are having so much of patients having this kind of diseases. So when you look at the first 2 diseases, that is caused by bacteria. The first disease is gonorrhea. It is caused by a bacteria known as Neisseria gonorrhea. So nice name, no? Some my old students, they say Nazria gonorrhea. It's not Nazria, Neisseria gonorrhea. Harida. So that causes, the disease name is gonorrhea. When the person gets gonorrhea, what will happen? Abnormal secretion from the sexual gland, different secretion, different liquid, yellow color, red color, blue color, white color liquids will start coming from the sexual organ. If it happens in a female, the fallopian tube will be blocked. There will be pain. This can be treated, but if not treated, it may result in blindness, in lameness, in body paralysis. Many things will happen later if not treated properly. Understood? Then we'll go to syphilis. Syphilis is caused by Treponema pallidum. That is also bacteria. If syphilis occurs, okay, if you have, if the sexual intercourse happens with a syphilis person, after 3 months, painless blisters on sexual organ. Blisters means pimples. There will be many pimples in the sexual organ. And after 6 months, fever, pain, throat pain, okay, many things will happen. And when you go and test it, there will be syphilis. This can be treated, but if it is not treated, it will spread to all the other organs too. If it is not treated, it will spread to all the other organs too. And sometimes finally, it may cause death also. So you have to be very careful. Then the next one is, so gonorrhea, syphilis, both are related to bacteria. And the final two, those are related to virus. Herpes, it is caused by herpes simplex virus. Herpes is caused by herpes simplex virus. This will, if this comes, highly painful blisters on sexual organ. You will get like pimples on the sexual organ. If it is a male, on the penis, on the scrotum. If it is a female, on the vagina, inside the vagina, outside the vagina, everywhere, like pimples, but very painful. Okay, that will come, and the nervous system will become inactive. You will become paralyzed. Some places will become paralyzed. Some places will become numb. And this virus is deeply rooted. Okay, people won't die, but until the death, there will be this disease. Okay, so there is no permanent cure. So that's why they say prevention is better than the cure, because no cure for this kind of virus diseases. Even for corona, we don't have a cure, no? Like that, the virus, mainly many virus related diseases, there is no cure. So you have to be very careful. If it comes, until the person dies, the blisters and painfulness, all those will be there. Fever, the inactivation of the nervous system, all these things will be there. So though these things are very common in foreign countries, because they are having some of the unwanted relationships and all these very bad habits, multiple sexual partners and unwanted people having sex with unwanted people, unknown people, and all these things can cause these kind of diseases. And the final one, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, it is known as AIDS, caused by human immunodeficiency virus. The name of the virus is HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. The name of the disease is AIDS. Some people confuse what is AIDS, what is HIV. HIV is the virus causing AIDS. For example, corona is the virus causing COVID-19 disease. COVID-19 is the name of the disease. Corona is the name of the virus. Like that, AIDS is the name of the disease and HIV is the name of the virus. Symptoms may appear 2 years or 15 years or many years after infection. So as soon as the sexual intercourse happen, you don't feel the disease, but later it will occur. And what will happen? It will suppress the immune system. After, if one person gets AIDS, he can get all the other diseases because his immune system becomes weak. If he goes closer to a coughing person, he will get the cough. If he goes closer to a person who is having fever, he will get the fever. If he goes to a person, closer to a person who is having eye infection, all the infectious disease will come to him. So the person who is having AIDS will suffer with many other diseases. It is fatal. Due to AIDS, people will die and it cannot be completely cured. So you have to be very careful. Okay, some people say, first, how did the AIDS come? Because people had sexual intercourse with animals. They say it's like that. I don't know. But however, the AIDS disease came to this world, and until now, this is a very common disease. AIDS, not only by sexual methods, even by blood transfusion. If an AIDS person cut his hand from a blade, and if that same blood touches your blood, then also people can get AIDS. So you have to be very careful, especially boys, when they go to the salon, when they are cutting their hair, they use the blade, no, to make the sideburns and all those things. When doing that, make sure that the barber is using new blades. If it's an already used blade, we don't know whether that person is a AIDS patient or corona patient or whatever, we don't know. So AIDS has the ability to transmit through blood, so you have to be very careful. Understood? Either they have to sterilize it or they have to use new blades when doing those kind of things. Okay, then students, I hope you understood about the diseases, the sexually transmitted diseases, everything. I have made it so much easy with the name of the bacteria, with the disease name of the bacteria, what are the symptoms, everything is made easy for you. Only thing is you have to study. Now the total reproduction chapter, one of the longest chapter, unit 14, totally I have done and given it to your hand. It is up to you to study and develop further. Okay, so tomorrow we won't have the retelecast because many students, they said they have school and exams. No retelecast, but I will send you the recorded session of this. Okay, don't worry, within 1 or 2 days, give me some time, within 1 or 2 days, the recorded session of this video, this class will be sent to all the students. And also with the permission of the institute, all the 5 to 6 seminars recording personalized, it will be later sent to you within 1 week. Okay, only you will be able to see. Don't share it with the others also. I will try my maximum to make it personalized, and then after that I will send it to you within 1 week. You can watch the full series again, and whatever small places you will have doubts, no, you can clarify all those things. And after that, in our paper classes, I hope all of you are coming to the grade 10 paper classes. In grade 10 paper classes and in grade 11 paper classes, we will do total past paper related to this reproduction lesson. I have a full collection of past papers related to this. Okay, I have read all the past papers and separately I have collected the full past paper set of reproduction lesson. So we can do that. So before doing that, I want you all to do a full revision of the full lesson again. Okay, so I hope all of you all understood completely about this. And also in the today's theory classes, I was talking about our grade 9 seminar. Okay, grade 9 seminar. We have a grade 9 seminar. Now I will send the grade 9 seminar link, not the link, the poster to the reproduction seminar group. The ones who did not share it with the status or with your friends, you all can share it now. My theory students today morning itself, they have shared. Okay, more than 300 students have shared the poster. I'm really happy that my students are really supportive and they are doing a lot of service help to me also. So I'm really happy for you all sharing that. Then the ones who have not shared, we will send it now to the group. You can take it from the group and share it. Okay, then students, I would like to end the session. What is the meaning of fatal? Fatal means can die. Okay, deadly disease. Okay, many people have sir, can you explain hydrometer? Who's that fellow now asking hydrometer? Okay, so those things you ask me personally. Okay, so the ones who have not paid the fees for this seminar, who got little bit permission because of some financial problem, now the full seminar is finished, you can do the payments. Okay, don't need to delay more than that. If you delay more than that, it's like it will be a cheating work. So don't delay, you can do the payment and complete it. Then you all also will be satisfied, and you also will be satisfied because students are not cheating. Okay, yeah, then success is not easy, and it's certainly not for the lazy. So if you are lazy, don't dream of success. If you want to become successful, you have to stop your laziness and do something for real. Okay, target your O level. I told you, your mother, your father, they are becoming so much sacrificing so much for y'all. They are doing so much hard work for y'all, earning for y'all, spending for y'all, giving you to eat, everything. So at least the O level results, give them a best results. Okay, the one thing you can do as a gratitude for your parents, minimum is get a very good O level results and make them happy, and you will be really happy, and even I will be happy, your teachers will be happy, and your parents will be really happy. They will tell everyone, my child got 9 A's, my child got 8 A's, my child got 7 A's. Like that, they will happily tell everyone. There are many people inside the family itself to put you down, to put your parents down, to say bad about you, to say bad about your parents. Okay, so your results will be a good reply for all the haters. Okay, your results will be a good reply for all the haters. So your parents can proudly and happily tell all those haters, my son has got this much result, my daughter has got this much result. But if you get very bad results, your parents won't be able to see the face of the other people. Why? Everyone will ask, how, what is your son's result? What is your daughter's results? Either they have to put the head down and go away, or else they have to tell a lie result. Until the death, you have to keep on lying. Okay, so the last chance is your O level. Okay, that this corona period is really good. You can stay at home and study very well. Whatever things you have missed, you don't have any other distraction, you can sit and study and minimum try to get the best results for your O level and give that to your parents. And then only that is your starting point of your life. After that, you have A level, university, or courses, or you have a lot of things to go. So this is the first barrier. Make this first barrier the best barrier and get the best result and be the best in your school and be the best in your area. Try to get it, and you will feel the happiness in your mother's and father's face and the teachers. Okay, so you are the hero of your own story. Be the hero, don't be a zero. The people who told you that you are zero, show them that you are a hero. Okay, many people would have told many things to you. Your results, your success is the best reply for them. Okay, good night to all of y'all. Have a nice day. Sleep well, wake up early, study well, and achieve a lot in the life. Okay, I didn't give permission to unmute today because if you ask a question, I will keep on replying for the question. We won't be able to finish this. That's why I didn't give unmuting permission. If you have any doubts later on, you can send me a WhatsApp message. I will